welcome back to my channel. It's Shara here and this is my mum. In honour of International Women's Day and Mother's Day on Sunday, I thought it only fitting that I do a video with my mum today and ask her some questions. So let's get into the video. Say hi, Mum.
Hi.
So for my first question, I would like to ask my mum is, what was it like when you first became a mum and what were your feelings?
Well, when I first became a mum, my feelings was lovely baby, but scary.
Okay.
It just felt really scary from having no children, suddenly having, it wasn't a doll, it was a live person, live little person, and it just felt scary.
So how did you overcome? There's three of us, by the way, and my mum had my older sister when she was 19.
Yeah.
So how did you kind of overcome those feelings, and how did you just kind of think, I can do this?
Well, lucky for me, I was being really blessed because I had a really supportive brother at the time and his girlfriend, and they were really supportive, and I had really close friends who already had children and they were really supportive. So I had a lot of support around me to make that journey easy for me. I know that some people don't have that, but that was a great support for me.
What does International Women's Day mean to you? Because there's been a lot in the media around Trump's controversial comments, to women speaking out about things that have happened to them, and my mum's actually a counsellor. She counsels girls who have been like sexually abused and things. So with all of this stuff coming to light, women really standing in their truth now and coming to the forefront and saying we're not going to have this anymore, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
It means a great deal to me, and for me, I feel blessed at the moment because yesterday I went to watch Black Panther. And I love the stance that the women had. It just sort of puts a boldness in you. So
Mom came in.
So it does empower you to see women in all of their richness in Black Panther. And I think it was just seeing women in leadership position, and that was nice. And because we are natural leaders, we are leaders in our families, and I know that in the old saying, in my mum's time, it was the man was in charge of the house and everything else, and the women followed behind, and that's how it was. But the truth is that the woman is the backbone of the family. She's the one that makes the family work. She's the one that knows how to spend the money, to pay the bills, she can make something out of nothing. Yeah. My mum could do that, and I can go in the fridge and I can look in there and I can make a meal for 5 people, no problem with whatever is in there. So we are really the backbone of the family. We are the backbone of society. Sorry, man.
How has fashion changed since you were younger?
Oh gosh. It really has changed. I think we used to have like one set fashion and everybody used to follow the trend when I was growing up. So, you know, in those days. But now I think that people just sort of do their own thing. And for me, that's good, because I like to wrap my hair with all different colours. I like to dress a certain way.
My mum's got locks.
Yes, I've got waist length locks. Yeah, and I like to do that. And I think dressing, how it makes you feel comfortable. Fashion has really changed. I'm not quite sure whether I've changed along with fashion.
I don't think you need to. I think fashion's an amalgamation of everything that happens to us, and it's very reflective of what's going on. Like, I think before we had very distinctive eras, like the 50s, like the 50s, the 60s, like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Whereas now, especially with the evolution of the high street, everything is just kind of a mishmash. Yeah. And it's a reflection of where society is at the moment, I think.
And I think also fashion is a reflection of you. Yeah. How you dress is a reflection of you. And I don't necessarily follow the trend. I go into a shop and I buy what I like. And I think that's, you are your fashion. Everything else out there is just to enhance who you are.
Yes. What is your hope for me, Titi and Delina going forward in our lives, going forward in the workplace and navigating our way just through life?
I think one of the things that I've always taught all of you is that to make sure you know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, somebody else will come along and tell you who you are. And one of the reasons I've always said to you about getting qualified to do something and being able to hold your own, especially in relationships, because relationships come and go, marriages come and they break up. We don't want them to, but they do.
Yeah.
And I want all three of you, if something went wrong in a relationship, to be able to hold your own. I think in working in the field that I work in and seeing a lot of women who have struggled in domestic violence, one of the reasons why they're afraid to come out of that is because they feel that they're worthless, they're hopeless, they're good for nothing. That's how the man's made them feel. You know, and so they sit in that relationship, and even if they come out of the relationship, they sit back and they think, well, what do I do now? You know, because only that man has ever seen me, you know, as any worth, you know. But if you know who you are, you know, when the man decides that, you know, he wants to come and put his hand on you, or he wants to go into another relationship, you know, when it breaks, and you can just say, you know what, get to step in, because I can hold my own. I've got my children, but I can hold my own, and I can be that mom and dad for. That's not how it's supposed to be, but sometimes it is that way, and you have to be able to know who you are, be strong enough to know what, you know what, all those names you call me, that is not who I am. This is who I am. I know who I am. I'm a strong woman.
Yeah.
You know, and I have strength in me, you know, so you just get to step in and let me continue with my life.
There's been a lot of discussion recently about fashion, and people say you shouldn't wear a short skirt because that will attract a man and cause him to do things to you. And even in church I've heard that kind of saying as well, like you shouldn't wear this and you shouldn't wear that. Do you think the onus is on the women, or do you think we should not wear certain things? Or
I think every occasion calls for a special dress. You know, so every occasion. If you go to church, you know you're not going to wear some hot pants to church because, you know, it's just not the done thing. So you go dressed appropriately. You go into a wedding, you want to look really nice. You know, I think everyone knows how they should dress. I think how the woman dress, how you feel, make you feel comfortable. You know, within reason. I don't believe that women have to necessarily strip their clothes off to look sexy. I think looking sexy sometimes can be covered up and making somebody's imagination work. You don't have to expose everything all at once. But at the same time, I don't believe that women are provocative to men. No, I don't. I think men need to learn to control themselves. Basically, that's what they need to. They need to come under some control, some serious control, and don't blame anyone. They need to take responsibility for their actions. That's how it is.
A word. And what was your favourite outfit from back in the day?
My favourite outfit back in the day, in the 70s, I had a purple midi skirt. Because in those times we didn't sort of colour coordinate as we do now. So I had a purple midi skirt and I had yellow platforms with brown heels, and they were high. And I think I had a purple waistcoat.
So you had purple waistcoat, purple midi skirt, and yellow platforms.
Yellow platforms, and I had a black blouse underneath it, and I had afro, and yeah, it was different. Yeah, but I like the 70 eras because when I used to wear the midi, I wouldn't wear a midi skirt now because I think it's either short or long, but I don't like the in between.
Okay, that sounds like an interesting outfit. Do you have a picture? Because I would actually like to see that outfit.
I haven't.
I think that's probably where I get, because I would say I dress quite sexy because that's just how I like to dress. I'm very, very comfortable in my body. I don't kind of have any hang-ups about it. I think my mum is where I probably get it from.
I don't believe that when you get, because I'm 60 next year, but I don't believe in being a frump. I really don't. I still believe in looking attractive for my husband, you know, so when I go out, I still like to wow people. You know, I don't believe that, you know, when you get older, that you have to look all dreary, you know, you can still look nice. I still look young, I think.
And I think a lot of women get scared when they get older. They think there's a certain way they have to carry themselves, or just do what's best for you, do what's best for your children, and I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I do. I like to. I think I'm living my best life now, you know, and fashion, I think I'm doing the things that I probably didn't do in the past. I'm living my best life now. Yeah.
And what is your favourite shop? Where is your favourite place to shop and why?
I've gone away from George a bit.
Listen, Mum, love George, you know.
I know. I love River Island. I love the clothes in there. So I love going in there and shopping. There are some nice pieces in Debenhams. I'm learning now not to shop. It's not about cheapness. It's about buying a quality outfit that can last.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm doing now. So I'll spend the money now and buy that quality pair of shoes and that quality jumper. You know, when I was younger, I couldn't do better because I had the children and you had to scrimp and scrape. But as you grow older, I think I deserve to dress, you know, in a nice outfit. I think I deserve. Yeah, and in the shops, sometimes I wouldn't go into those shops because I couldn't afford it. But now I can go in there.
I think having, even if it's just one or two classic pieces, I think it's very important just to have one or two classic staple pieces in your wardrobe that you can kind of mix and match. So my last question is, what advice would you give to young moms and then just young girls in general?
I think for young moms and with young children, I think spend time with your children because life is very busy and we live in a society where we are very rushed. And sometimes, you know, it can be that wait a minute. A lot of moms suffer from that wait a minute syndrome. They come in from work and their child comes to show them something and it's wait a minute, I've got to do the cooking, wait a minute, I've got to get things ready for, you know, wait a minute. So the child never gets that quality time. And I think, you know, take that time, even if it's just half an hour a week, where you say, I'm going to turn my phone off, I'm going to turn the internet off, I'm going to turn the TV off, and I'm going to give that child half an hour undivided attention when you sit down with that child. And I think that's what I would give to, you can't do it every day, but for most days is spend that quality time. Even if you can give that child 10 minutes of quality time every day, that is what you need. It's not about your work, and children don't care how much money you earn, they don't care how much qualification you've got, they don't care. All they know is that you are there for them, and they will remember when you were not there for them. So spend that quality time with them, and they will really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think even just thinking back to when I was younger, I think I really appreciated that quality time. I really appreciated, I know it's not the same for everybody, especially if you're a single mum, it can be really hard, so I salute all the single mums, but I do really appreciate all the time mum and dad kind of spent with us and just letting us do lots of things. We did loads of things. I had saxophone lessons, I had horse riding lessons, I had art I just did everything. Even when my mum and dad couldn't really maybe afford it, we just still did lots of things. Or even if it was just like going to the park or playing snakes and ladders, we used to do that a lot just in the house. Or just having devotion, just talking about our family week, which we still do now. I just think it's a very, very important way just to keep that relationship and that bond kind of strong. And growing into the young woman I am now, I feel like I carry myself with class and with just integrity, and I think that's all come from my mum and my dad actually.
And I think don't worry about being a single mom at all, because there are really good single moms out there, because you can be married and be single anyway in a relationship. You can be married and have two people in the house, and it can be awful atmosphere in the house because the two people are not getting on. You know, there are brilliant single moms out there, and I'm sure there's, you know, so don't worry about being a single mom, just be the best mom that you can.
And your advice to young girls?
My advice to young girls is be the best version of yourself. Don't worry about being like anyone else. There's only one you. There may be several hundred people with your name, but there's only one you. Be who you are and be true to yourself, because you have been designed for greatness.
A word. Glory be to God. Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day.
So guys, that is the end of my video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I really hope you've enjoyed meeting my mum. My mum's name is Isha. If you want to know any more about her counselling services, I will leave all the details below so you can get in contact with her. And I just want to say happy Mother's Day, happy International Women's Day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!
Bye!